to Wandering Wild. I'm here with the incredible Bella, aka
Hi.
Bella and her backpack. But unfortunately her backpack isn't here. It's disappointing.
I should have brought it with me today.
Have you had the same backpack always?
Yes, I've only had one backpack. It's so good. It was so funny because it was actually sold out absolutely everywhere. I couldn't find it at all. And then me and my family, we went on this trip to Colorado, and we were in this small little mountain town in Colorado.
Okay.
And it was literally like God put the backpack in this shop. It was literally like so high on the shelf. And I remember pointing it and I was like, get that down. That is my backpack right there. And it was like 2 weeks before my first trip. And
Meant to be.
yeah, it was totally meant to be.
So you were looking for a specific backpack?
Yes, I was looking for the Cotopaxi Alpa Travel Pack, 42 liters, and it was
Okay.
sold out like literally like crazy. And even on like eBay, secondhand, couldn't find it anywhere. And yeah, it's like it spawned from the heavens.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so
meant to
cool.
be.
Yeah, and you just loved it as much as you expected.
Oh my god,
to.
I love it. It's so nice.
Yeah.
I have 5 pairs of shoes with me right now.
Oh my gosh.
To be fair, there's 2 in the bag.
Okay.
Then 1 hanging off the bag, and then
Right.
of course I'm wearing one, and then I
Yeah.
have a massive other bag
Right.
that has another pair of shoes. But then I also have maybe 7 pairs of pants, 6 tops.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
want your backpack. Except, okay, mine has wheels though, which I love. No,
Wheels?
I know, yes. It's a backpack, but it has wheels, so like I can also wheel it.
Fair enough, Grandma. What bag is it?
No, but I know, like it sounds silly, but like it's so nice because when I'm in the airport, I just like,
You know what? That's fair.
Wheel it
But what
around.
bag is it? What brand?
it's Osprey,
Is it? I didn't realize
Yeah.
that they had ones with wheels. How many
Yeah.
liters?
40.
Oh, that's perfect actually. That's really
Yeah.
nice because
But
mine gets heavy sometimes. It's
Yeah.
not very like in terms when people have like a hiking bag, like that's so it's genuinely it's so much more comfortable than mine because mine
Right.
doesn't have like all that support, but
Right.
I'm never carrying it for that long, so I don't really know.
Yeah, for years I had just like a backpack, but I think it was designed for a man, and like my shoulders are
Oh,
so
yeah.
small, and it was always rubbing, and it was so heavy, and I just
Yeah.
was like, I can't do it anymore, and I have scoliosis, so my
Yes,
back
that'll
is
do
like
it.
so bad already.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So I went with the wheels.
That's good. I had no idea that they had a wheelie one, honestly.
Yeah,
That's good
nice.
though. That's good.
But I cannot fit 5 pairs of shoes.
I don't know how I can.
Yeah, it's
You know, if there's a
impressive.
will, there's a way.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be backpacking with 5 pairs of shoes though. It's ridiculous.
No, but like, it's nice to have options. So.
It is. I wear the same ones every time, of course.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
So
that's how it
it's yeah. I don't even have any explanation for it. Actually, one of them I got in India. It's just like almost like a souvenir.
Okay.
And I've been really wanting this pair of shoes, so that's gonna be my excuse. It's supposed to, you know, when you get something and then you like get rid of another thing. That didn't happen.
Sometimes you just can't.
I
Sometimes
can't.
You just
And,
can't.
You know, and I also don't have to. Like, this is the
Yeah.
thing. Is like if I'm the only one who's bearing this burden, and I think that's okay. And maybe like the occasional flight attendant who has to be like, why do you have so much stuff?
Yes. I had to get rid of a few things because I had things hanging off, like, you know, my front backpack.
Yes.
And I'm getting on like these buses and stuff, and my water bottle's hitting people, and my shoes are like dangling in people's faces down the air, like the airplane aisle. And I was like, okay, I have to solve this because this
That's actually
is
so
like,
funny.
not cool. Yeah.
Just like knock somebody with the water bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
It's like so loud too. It's like banging everything.
Oh
and
yeah, if it's like
everyone's
like,
like
a
staring
hydro
at
or
me,
something.
and I'm like, okay, everything has to be like in my bag. Yeah.
I wanted to be a one backpack gal. Like I didn't even want a front bag. We're so far past that.
Yeah.
So far past that.
Yeah.
I don't know why that ever crossed my mind that I thought that I would be able to do such a thing. But, you know, I don't know. If you slow travel, I feel like it's fine. If you're fast traveling, then it's like a different story.
Yes.
If you're going like,
When
then,
it's like every 3 days.
yeah,
so
you
much,
can't be
so
having a
much.
lot. But if you're slow, I really don't think that's that deep.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I am kind of still at the point where it's like I'll walk 45 minutes to save like $5 on an Uber, and I really wish that I wouldn't do that. Like I hate being so cheap. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's not.
No, it's honestly though, this is how I think about it. Like, yes, you're only saving a few dollars, but it adds up.
It does.
Every dollar you're saving goes towards something else. Like when you're in
This is the
a
thing.
country and you're like, oh, I really want to do this activity, but it's like really expensive.
Yes.
Well, you paid for that by walking.
That's such a good point because yeah, I mean, I'll at the Chiang Mai airport. I waited, como se dice, 2 hours for that goddamn bus. Never came. And me and the taxi driver, it became sort of like a standoff with the taxi drivers because he's like, it's not gonna come. And I was like, you know what, it is gonna come. And never came, had to book a taxi.
Yeah.
Taxi drivers won Bella Zero.
But you know what? You paid for that with all the other times.
I was so mad. Oh my gosh, that was so frustrating. Yeah, the bus,
Yeah,
it like literally doesn't go.
Ever?
I waited literally 2 hours and it never came once.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Let's talk about how you got
this is
started traveling.
Absolutely. So let's have a think here. I am from outside of Chicago, but I moved to Iowa for high school. Literally throw that out. Oops, sorry. But that's totally fine. So I was in high school, graduated high school, but I graduated with essentially an associate's degree because how you could do it at my school was like you did college classes like, what was it, like Trig, AP Lang, you know, whatever. And so I graduated high school with a lot of college credits. Then my dad got a job in St. Louis. So then we were gonna move to St. Louis. Couldn't move to St. Louis, so we had to move to, because like they couldn't find a house, had to go live in my cousin's house in Florida, which is like so weird and random, in a really small town. So then there was no other place to work besides Walmart. And then I also found out that Walmart paid for college tuition. So I got a job at Walmart, which is like literally my villain origin story. Like, I'm sorry, like the photos of me in that little fucking vest, like beeping around. Oh my gosh, it was working at Walmart. But so I started doing that. I started doing college courses like right after high school ended. Like did not take a summer off. Then moved to St. Louis. Took a break from school, then went backpacking because, I don't know, I had like this large sum of money. There was like a super cheap flight and I kept seeing everything like online of like hostels, you know, how to like budget travel, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think I was just like, I had no friends near me and I was just kind of like, I had like this large sum of money. Like
why not? You went alone.
Yes. Again, like, there's never really been anybody around me to even ask to go.
Yeah.
Like there's never been like, you know, like let's make it out of the group chat. Like that's just like never really been a thing, which is totally fine. I'm not mad about it. But yeah, so booked that flight based on totally vibes. Literally had no idea what I was doing. I got to the airport and just like cried. I like called my mom and I was like, I'm not even gonna leave the airport. Like I'm gonna come back. Like I have literally no idea what I'm doing because I was doing a work exchange. I was doing a work exchange 30 minutes outside of Lisbon. Why did I choose that? I like literally still have no idea what was going through my brain. 30 minutes outside of Lisbon, I get there, and nobody speaks English. Totally fine. Like I don't want to be one of the people. Nobody speaks English. But like when you're at a hostel, usually there's like 1 or 2 people that do. And like no, we're Google translating literally everything.
Right.
And I'm supposed to work here for the next week. It's absolutely disgusting. This is top 5 worst hostels I've literally still ever stayed at. It was absolutely disgusting. And I got locked out one night, and so I had to like crawl through like a little window, and then the next morning I left at 5 a.m. because I was like, fuck this shit.
Wait, you crawled through a window? Wait,
well,
back up.
Okay. So I went into Lisbon to go on a Bumble date because I was so lonely because like literally nobody's out there. I'm like literally crying every single day because nobody was out there. I was like, I hate traveling.
It's like a great first impression to travel.
Oh my gosh, it was like the worst. So yeah, I went on a Bumble date. Shout out Ethan. Literally obsessed with him. And yeah, so we had a super fun time, and then at 3 a.m. he's like, well, we're both like, we need to go home, but I have to Uber back all the way 30 minutes outside of Lisbon. So I go Uber back and try to do like the code, doesn't work. Do the code, like jump over the fence, jump into the window because the front door is unlocked.
Okay.
And yeah, this is like 5 days in. I was like, oh my God, if this is how it is, I hate it here. But yeah, somehow it did, like it got better. And then, you know, like how it is, like you meet a couple people, you have like a couple really cool experiences, and then you just like kind of keep going. Sorry, the story is like getting really long now.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, I feel like then what happened after that, I did like 2 months in Europe, spent literally $7,000. Like I spent a bag and a half. Was I drinking like a fish? Absolutely. Going out every night, missing buses, you know, booking shit wrong, whatever. But yeah, you know, it has to happen.
You have to learn somehow. And Europe is like one of the most expensive places.
This is the thing, and it was just coming out of like COVID, and then peak Euro summer, like, you know, money didn't also like exist to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did Morocco, went back home, and then came back over, finished school while I was backpacking, graduated when I was 19, which was lovely, got that done out of the way. And then the real like kicker I feel like for like this full-time traveling was my parents took me and my sister to Peru, which
Okay.
is so litty. If you can get your parents to take you to Peru, didn't have to pay for Machu Picchu. Yeah. So that was litty because like I couldn't afford that. But yeah, they took us there, backpacked around, and then ended up moving to Australia. Saved up a lot of it in Australia, and that time I was making content. So then just like kept moving around.
That's so cool.
But yeah, everything just like kind of fell into place. I feel like
As it does.
as
yeah.
it does.
That's
yeah.
awesome. How long was your first trip?
My first trip was probably only like 2 months, maybe 2 months in Europe, and then like a week and a half in Morocco, something like that. And I did a group trip in Morocco, and I was like, oh god, it was awful. It was terrible. Love
was
Morocco,
awful.
but the group trip, it was just dreadful.
Okay.
It was so expensive as well. It was like it was like EF Ultimate Break. Like, it just wasn't for me. I guess I shouldn't say
Yeah.
it wasn't awful, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. But yeah, that was, I also, I got a recommendation. So I went to Morocco early before the group trip, and I go to Morocco and I got a recommendation from a girl to do like a Sahara tour. And I don't even like know what didn't click because the company is literally in Spanish. It was like Viajes and Morocco, and it like didn't click to me. But like I booked it, and then I got there and they're like hola, ¿cómo te llamas? And I was like, what? And I find out that I booked a fully Spanish 3-day Sahara tour.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so for 3 days, I like was like speaking the little Spanish that I could with like the Colombians and.
Did you pick up on some more while you were there?
Oh god, no. I mean, it was 3 days, so it's
Yeah.
like, but yeah, that first trip. I don't know what was going on.
That sounds like a lot. But I mean, something
was
must have been good
hilarious.
because
It was an
you kept
American
doing
family.
it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was totally good. It's like, it's so addicting, like, you know, traveling and like meeting people and like having all these experiences. And yeah, I think it's totally addicting. Like, how could you like go back home and like stop? How do you like stop traveling?
Right? No,
Like,
I know.
how do you like quit?
I was explaining this to my brother because last night, him and his friend, because I've said I've been traveling with them for the last few weeks,
Yes.
they were talking about how, I don't, like, you know that first trip where you're like getting like
Yes.
the travel bug, you're like getting addicted to it.
100%.
They're like, I'm gonna be depressed when I go home, like, how am I gonna go back home? Like, I'm gonna miss people, I'm gonna miss hostels. My brother was like, I don't wanna stay in hostels, like, I'm gonna hate hostels. I'm gonna miss hostels, like, what am I gonna do when I go home? Like, it hasn't been long enough, and I was like, it's never gonna be long enough.
No, it literally
It's
is never.
Like, I've been traveling, I mean, since I was 18 on and off, but for like the last 5 months straight, I'm still not ready to stop.
No, it's like,
You just can't.
I think there's like a part of it like to see like your family, of course, and like
Yeah.
there is like a certain charm I feel like after a while that even I've noticed is like, especially with the friend thing. I made a video about this the other day, and it was just like, it's not solo traveling is not lonely in the sense that like you've got so many people around you, but it's like, I don't want to say that it's like empty relationships, but I think it's difficult when you know someone but you're not being known. Like you have to like reset every single time, reset.
Right.
And you're, not that you can't be authentic, but it's like, it's obviously so different with somebody random than like my best friends.
Right,
And I feel like
absolutely.
that is usually like the kicker for me is always when I'm like, okay, like I literally just want somebody who I don't have to explain. Like, you know, I can say my people's names. I don't have to say
Right.
like, oh, this is my best friend from high school, or, you know, my friend from, yeah. But-
Right, because you're always constantly getting to know people instead of like just like already
knowing.
knowing people.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which I think is really good when you're like our age and you're like, you know, really starting and honestly like figuring out even who you like and don't like.
Yeah.
I feel like really, maybe this is really bad, but I definitely feel like I can tell really quickly what I'm gonna think, not necessarily think about somebody, but like how we're gonna get along and like what our relationship is gonna be. Maybe that's like really fucked, but like.
No, like I feel the same way, but I also do find myself sometimes being really surprised by
Yeah.
people. But I do feel like sometimes you can just tell off first impression. And I
Yeah.
feel like when you're in a hostel, you meet some people and it's like very like casual. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you'll meet other people and you're like best friends within like
Isn't
one
it so
night.
weird?
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird, I think, just like meeting somebody and having like, I hate even calling it like a cosmic connection, because I feel like that sounds like a little bit like much. But like at the same point in time, I love meeting people who it's like, obviously we are crossing paths now, but it's just like for all of these things to like occur for us to cross paths.
It's incredible.
Is so weird. And to have, I felt like this in like India. I'd be like in rural India, and it's like me and this like guy, and we both worked for Instacart. I used to like, you know, do the Instacart thing in like obviously the United States, and he is like the customer service for, you know, the United States. And I felt like this was even my karma, because I always give people 5 stars for the customer service, like no matter what, even if they don't solve my problem, because it's like there's no point in not giving people 5 stars. They tried to help you. And it was like we just like connected so well, and it was like, I don't know, it's so weird. We're on a bus in the smallest little town in India, but we have like some sort of connection. It's so odd to me.
So random, yeah.
So odd. I think that's also why I loved India. It's like you would look out in like the sea of people, and I almost just like stared at people, and it was just like, what are you doing? Like I feel like I always ask people like, what's this? And I wish I could just ask every single little person there.
Yeah.
So interesting. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
what-
Why? Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Not in a
it's
bad
so
way, but like,
interesting.
why? How did you get to this point now? Like, tell me literally everything.
Yes.
Tell
I
me
know. I
everything.
wish like, because I ask people that all the time. How did you end up in Thailand?
100%.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, how are you in this hostel right now?
Yeah.
But then I feel like I always get the answer like, oh yeah, you know, I just was backpacking and like wanted to like see Thailand, and I'm like, no, you're in this like hostel in Thailand. Like I know there's like
Yes.
so much more to it.
I'm always like, what was your crash out? I always like when
Yeah.
people are like, yeah, I like quit my job. I'm like, did you have a crash out? Tell me.
Yeah.
Hi.
I know.
Like,
I
especially
wanna
when you start meeting people, it's like, oh my gosh, like on the 5th, like, where are you from? I'm like, no. Ask me, are my parents still together? Ask me, like, something interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Something, I don't care where you're from. I do care where you're from. You know, like, I don't care where you've traveled. I really do care where you've traveled. But, like, what's the best thing that happened to you on your trip? You know, what's the worst
Yes.
thing?
Oh my gosh.
I wish we could, like, skip to some of these questions.
Yes.
Like,
No, me
you know?
too. And like, especially like the where are you from? I feel like for me, because I grew up in Utah until I was like 11. Then I lived in Puerto Rico for a year, and then I lived back in Utah until I was 15. And now I've lived in Puerto Rico. And like every time it's like, where are you from? And I'll be like, from the United States. But then I'll be like, well, I'm from Utah. I live in Puerto Rico. Or it's like, well, I'll say I'm from Puerto Rico, and they're like, no, you're not. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not from there. But and it's always like this
Yeah.
explaining, and then it's like, oh, but you live in Puerto Rico now. And I'm like, not really. Like I've been traveling for like almost
Yes.
6 months. And so I feel like especially for travelers, it's like, yes, I do care where you're from and I care about your history, but it almost like doesn't matter. We're
Yeah.
all in Thailand and we've all been everywhere. Like,
I think I agree with you, because I feel like I resonate with like being maybe from outside of Chicago, in Chicago in general, but
Yeah.
like otherwise I feel like I really don't resonate with like any of that sort of background. If anything, it's like all blacked out for me.
yeah, that's like when I tell people I'm from Utah and they're like, oh, I've been to Utah, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I haven't lived there in so long. Like
Yeah.
I can't connect with
Yeah.
anything you're saying, really.
You're like
I
totally
couldn't even
fair.
drive when I lived there. So I'm like, I don't know how half of the things you're talking
No,
about.
literally.
So let's talk about Australia.
Let's talk about Australia.
This is kind of like my personal vendetta for having you here. Besides
totally
that, I
fine.
like really wanted to hang out with you, but also I am going to Australia next month, and I have like no idea where I'm going. I'm honestly I got the working holiday visa.
Oh, okay. You're like
Yeah.
pretty good then.
But I'm like so confused about what I'm supposed to do once I land.
Okay.
there.
So one thing I will preface with is that
Yeah.
I went years ago, and I
Okay.
do think that a few things have changed, and I think that I also have now not like a skewed perspective, but like, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. And so when I look back on it so fondly, but it was very difficult. Like
Right.
I would say probably one of the most difficult years of my entire life. Like from a mental standpoint. I don't know, I can't even put my finger on what is so difficult about it, but like everybody says this as well. I think it's just like being abroad, and you just like, you really do feel very, I don't even know if like isolated is the right word, but like kind of. You're traveling, you're so far away from your family, and maybe because you're almost doing something, whereas there it's like you're living, you're working, and maybe because it feels like the United States, that almost it's like, I feel like my family should be here. I don't know, there was something about it that was just very, 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 very difficult from like a mental standpoint. But like, I don't know if I could put even my finger on it now. But when you land, my recommendation would be to get your TFN, which is your tax file number. And that I just called, you can get it sent to like your hostel, but I think it's just easier to call. You just like have to give them like all of your information.
Right.
But I don't even know who would be, like just the Australian taxation office. Just give them a ring, of course, like get data. I don't even remember. I think it's like, there's like 2 big data companies, get what data, whatever, and then open a bank account. And so Commonwealth Bank, there's loads of banks, and it really doesn't matter. You don't need much. Open a bank account, and yeah, you're kind of like set. You just like essentially hit the ground running, starting to get work. And that is, trying to find a job is brutal. It depends where you are, really.
Yeah.
Depends where you are. I was in Melbs. I got a job after like a week, I think. And it wasn't bad. I actually loved my job. But yeah, you really just need to get the tax file number and print out your CV and start walking into places. Oh my gosh, it is like probably one of the most humbling things that I've ever done, is take my CV and walk into places, like tail between my legs, and I'm like, hi, are you hiring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it difficult being like, I can only work for you for 6 months?
No, because I
No.
lied.
Oh, you lied.
I would say the biggest thing, and I always tell people this, I don't know, maybe it's unethical, but lie. The biggest thing that you can do in Australia is lie. Lie, 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 lie. Bend the truth. On your
like
resume,
such a bad liar.
this is like the most ballsy thing that I think I've ever done. I guess like everybody's like, oh my gosh, like the coffee and Melbs. And I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like,
Yeah.
it's coffee, not rocket science. And so I put on mine, I was a barista at home, but like for something like Dutch Bros, like this is not like proper coffee at all. It's like 7 Moo. Hate that place. And so I was like, I was a barista. But in Melbs, obviously they take it really seriously. And so like I rock up to, you have to do a trial shift as well. So if you get a job, you have to go in and like do like a practice shift. You do get paid. But so I went into my job, did like a practice shift, and he's like, okay, make a coffee. And like I turned that like the little steamer on, coffee goes everywhere, or the milk goes everywhere. And by the grace of God, I still got hired. But where was I going with this? You have to do the trial shift, and but lie. I lied on my resume, lied about that I was gonna stay for a year for my apartment. I guess my boss knew that I was only staying for 6 months, and that was okay. Because they are quite used to backpackers. But like beef up your resume, yeah, tell people that you're staying for a year, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you worked in a coffee shop.
I did.
Did they house you?
Oh no, definitely not. I was in Melbs, and so I was, oh my gosh, second most disgusting hostel, South Yarra Hostel, but it is closed. Thank God that place is closed. It was literally disgusting. And then I met my bestie and another guy, so we got an apartment together. We found an apartment, we did that, and then I just commuted. But then for my 88 days, this is another thing. Actually, right when you get there, I would just do your 88 days right off the bat, which is like, to get a second year visa, you have to do 88 days of rural work in your first year. So I would just do that right off the bat. And yeah, that, they housed me, I had to pay for it, but it was like still staff accommodation. But yeah, in the city, I don't think there is really staff accommodation.
Yeah.
I knew less than maybe 2 months before I was going. And so I feel like it's like fine. Like you're gonna be fine. Do you have enough money?
I'm like
Take a screenshot of your bank account now.
I took a screenshot
visa,
when
so
I
you're
applied. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was fine. I'm like almost down to like when I applied, I had like a good like 2-3 grand more than they were saying.
Yeah.
Now I'm like almost like
Okay,
there.
yeah. Well, because I know people that went with like €1,000, and if they like check you on arrival, then that's why you like need to have a screenshot of like enough money. But I don't know how, they didn't check me, they didn't do anything, and I didn't have enough money probably.
Okay, yeah.
I probably had like 3K. Maybe that is enough technically, because I think it's like 5,000 Australian dollars.
Yeah,
So like
so I
whatever
think
that is.
around,
I was
yeah.
like, towing the line. But it's so expensive. I mean, a hostel is gonna be like $40 a night.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm like, okay, like job right away. Yeah.
I know. But if I was you, I would go do your 88 days in either the Northern Territory or like far north Queensland. I did mine in far north Queensland, and it was just lovely.
Okay.
It was
cool.
really lovely.
What did you do?
I was a hotel receptionist
Oh, cool.
for a failing business. It's a closed business now, and that job was interesting.
Yeah.
It was like none of the software is like matched up, and both of my coworkers, English wasn't their native language, and that's totally fine. That is literally so fine. But it was like English and speaking with customers was so crucial, and we would just have their English was to a level where it was like half of my job was like re-explaining things to people and going through emails that were like, because it's so hard to explain. It would be like they said the right thing, but like not in the correct way. You know what I'm saying? It was like something like that, and so it was like having to go through. And then my boss was such a weirdo. I think that he was on coke the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
I do not know. He would like, oh my gosh, he was the most interesting thing. And so there were these people that like didn't want to pay for something, which was totally fair because I don't know, it was like shitty or something. And he just was like, look up their house. And so he like looked up their house on Zillow, and it was like $1 million or something, which actually for Oz is like pretty typical. And he's like, they can pay. And I was because their house is like $1 million. Like we're like looking at their house on Zillow, and they're like sitting in front of us. Everybody, I mean, we owed so many people money. We owned Booking.com money, like every single travel agency that you could imagine owed them money. It was, I don't know. They paid all my male co-workers more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And for doing less as well.
Wow.
It was genuinely.
That's awful.
I got paid less than a waiter, and like not even like shitting on the waiter, but like I redid our entire, because none of the softwares were like talking to each other, so I redid the whole thing and like created a completely different system. I was handling like bookings, all the money, and like
holding it all together. Yeah.
He was getting paid more than me, and I was like, fair enough. Fair fucking enough, I guess. You do weddings. Also letting backpackers do weddings. Like, literally, what is wrong with you? We ruined probably so many people's day because we're like, we have no idea what to do for a wedding. Like, we have no idea where anything is. The wedding planner, she would like make promises and then like not tell us about them. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's like a wedding is a big responsibility.
It's a massive responsibility.
Yeah.
And there would be nobody who's worked there for like a long period of time. It would just be backpackers like running this wedding. And it was a shit show. It was a shit show.
That's crazy.
But it was kind of, like, looking back, it's quite funny. But yeah, that was my 88 days.
Oh my gosh. What made you decide to go to Australia?
So I had done Peru, Colombia, and then I went to, my sister was having a crash out, and she's like, let's go spend a month in Barcelona. Older sister money, she paid for a whole month in Barcelona. I was like, have me.
Yeah.
Nepo baby right here. So we did our month in Barcelona, and then I flew to London, and I was making content at this point. And so I went to like this party for like some of the people that I was like working with, and the like CEO, owners, like just like, people who were like running things happened to be there, and got to meet them, whatever. And then like, I think a week later, there was like a really last minute campaign to do with like the Northern Territory Tourism Board. And so essentially the two other people, I didn't even like really get it, but the two other people who were up for it couldn't go. So it was me.
Yeah.
And so, I was like really lucky. I got like flown out to Australia. I had like $8,000 at this point. So I was like beaming. I was literally on top of the world right now. I was like, call me Mr. Beast right now. And I got flown out to Australia, did like a week there, and then I was like, I'm just gonna get when I was in London, I was like, I'm just gonna get a working holiday, stay there. And I was in the Northern Territory, I was gonna stay there, but then I realized that life is just not for me. I'm a city person, and Alice Springs was, if you've been to Alice Springs, it is not my favorite place, so I booked the first flight to Malves and then stayed there for 7 months.
And you loved it there.
Love Malves. Love Malves. Love Malves. It's so good. It's too good.
Is it like a big city?
Honestly, I would compare it to, no, it's really not. But it's quite spread out. It's got a lot of, like, I lived in Fitzroy, which is a super cute little neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's super spread out. The CBD is like, it's big, but it's not as big as Sydney is huge. Malves, what would I even compare it to? I think it's a little bit smaller than Chicago, but yeah, it's got good between city and kind of small. It's so cute. It's the cutest thing. But it's not for everybody. It's really not for everybody. It can be a little bit grungy, it can be a little bit gross, super heavy on the nightlife scene. I love like techno and house, and that's like probably why I love it the most, is because it's got a really, really great scene. But like, yeah, if you don't like that, then it's kind of like, you might not like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm honestly like the beach. Yeah, see, I'm like a huge beach person, not a city person.
Yeah.
So I probably won't go
See,
there,
this is the
but-
thing. Like, as I like am gaining information, now Melbourne would be out for you, and I'm like thinking about other places that you could go.
Did you travel a lot through Australia, or you mostly just worked while you were there?
So I did the Northern Territory with them only for like a week or so.
Right.
And then I did, like the Great Ocean Road, but then I also bought a car. Worst decision of my life. I bought a car. I've got probably thousands of dollars of fines on that car because I couldn't figure out how to pay them. Like, I couldn't figure out how to pay them. And then, something happened with it that I feel like I shouldn't share because it's not, I don't even know what to think about it, whatever. But there's fines on the car.
Okay.
And so then we took the car, me and my roommate, we took the car from Melves, and then we drove all the way up to Mission Beach.
Oh,
Which is like
cool.
all the way up in the north. I
Yeah.
think we went all the way to like Cape Trib or something, and then down to Mission Beach, which is like by Cairns up in the far north. So yeah, it took us like a month to just like go. And it was like Sydney, Noosa, just kind of all the hot spots. We didn't really go too crazy because we kind of hated it. Like, I am not meant for van life, I don't think, and it was pouring. It was like a torrential downpour every single day. So we'd be like in this goddamn tent on the top of the fucking car. And sorry, that was like, I'm like super passionate about it.
No, yeah.
And it's like, it's just like sopping wet. And having to get up in the morning and like take down this like sopping wet tent, and it's just like disgusting out. I was like, I'm not built for this.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great.
It's not. And then we were only doing like free camping, so we'd be like on the side of the highway, like in our tent. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
a little bit of character building.
It was a lot of character building. I mean, there were some parts of it that were super fun. We got to see so much, and I really recommend doing a car. If I were doing a car again though, I would get a bed that was in the car. Because then you can just go. Our thing was like, if we parked somewhere and we put the tent up, like you're staying there. You can't like take it down, and then you can't even like go to the store. You're there.
You're there. Yeah.
You're there. But yeah, look at how I'd also do it with like a significant other. We had like a really good time, like the two of us. We're not like meeting loads of people.
Yeah.
I felt like it was very like you're on your own, and we loved being together, but it was like also like we were kind of keen to meet people, and you just like, I feel like we really didn't. Maybe other people do, and we were just like not putting ourselves out there enough. But
Always meet people in hostels.
yeah.
And so then it's like, when you're not staying in hostels, where do you meet people?
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And I mean, everybody's French.
Everybody's
Like,
French.
oh my God, everybody. I mean, I was having a heyday.
Yeah.
Like, I love the French. I love French men. But yeah, oh my God, everybody in Australia is French or Latin American. I love it. But yeah, I mean, of course, like I don't speak French or Spanish, so it's like, or Portuguese, and so sometimes it's like, hi.
Yeah, you're just kind of the odd one. That's
just
how
kinda
I
like
feel
there.
sometimes in Thailand with Dutch people. I
my
feel
God,
like
the
everyone's
Dutch.
speaking Dutch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
who do I speak to?
Yes, but also like I feel like the both of us kind of like look like we could speak Dutch. One time a guy came up to me and he's like said something in Dutch, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, like I don't speak Dutch. Literally 180 walked the other way. I was like, heard.
Yeah, I know. I've like
So fair.
I've like tried to like, because I've like thought about moving to the Netherlands before, so I've been like, I need to like catch a vibe,
Yeah, catch a vibe.
And so I'll like try and like insert myself in a group, but then like I'm talking in English and then everyone's talking in Dutch, and I'm just sitting there like, it's so awkward. Of course, like, it's more comfortable to speak your first language, so it's like when you're surrounded by people who speak your first language, of course you want to like.
Of course.
But I feel like every time I've been like one-on-one with a Dutch person, I've loved them. So I feel like maybe I just need to learn Dutch.
I think it's an interesting language for sure. My last name is Dutch,
Your last name is Dutch?
My last name is Dutch. I have
Oh, Dutch.
like my ancestry is Dutch.
Wait, what's your actual last name?
Robin, an island like in South Africa, the one that Nelson Mandela was imprisoned on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like I have that on my conscience,
Yeah.
being Dutch.
Being Dutch.
Maybe I should say, actually, my family immigrated from Germany, so maybe like I've like have a cop out, but before the war, and yeah, so it's like we're not like the Nazi party. I've checked.
You've checked.
I've fully checked.
It's not really your fault, even if you were.
I mean, it's more like a conscience thing. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm not gonna like be around, like, if it was during that, I'd be like, okay, maybe I'm like more Dutch. I've checked. I was very worried about this.
Okay, and you're in the clear.
I'm in the clear.
Gotcha.
Thank God. I've got the papers and everything. I'm trying to get my dad to go to Germany, and it's like this really small town, to try to find like his dad or his mom's birth certificate, so
Oh my
then he
gosh.
could get like a passport maybe. But then there's like this, oh my God, it's like the stupidest rule. If your ancestry goes through your mother and you were born after 1975 or before 1975, then like the rule is different and you can't get citizenship. And he was born in 1972. It's literally the stupidest shit ever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, go to Germany now, get me an EU passport, Dad. Like I will literally
Yeah.
pay you. Now the next time I'm in Europe,
You should go with him.
I
You
think
can
I'm
go on
going
like a
to.
little treasure hunt for your birth
little
certificates.
treasure hunt.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what are you? Hello, Guten Morgen.
Do you still have family there?
No.
No.
I would say I don't really know any of my extended family in general.
Okay.
Like a little bit more on my mom's side, but really like we've never lived close to any of my extended family, and so it's kind of all my grandparents are dead, and so that was morbid. Sorry.
No.
Dead.
I'm
They
sorry.
are.
Yeah.
No. It's like I never really knew any of them, so I don't really have any skin in the game. But yeah, I don't really know my extended family all that well.
Gotcha.
Besides, like an aunt or uncle here and there. It's fine. I'm very neutral about the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know, it could be fun. I went to Norway. My great grandmother's from Norway.
That's so cool.
And I met like,
Wait, do you get a passport?
no, I can't. Only if
Why?
it's like directly above me. Like it would have to be like, it would have to be my grandparents, but it's like my great grandmother.
Oh,
so it
that's
doesn't count.
so annoying.
So annoying. I know. But yeah, I don't, it was fun. We like met some of my extended family, but it was like my great grandma, I don't even know, my great grandmother's aunt's cousins or some like
Oh,
weird.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's quite cool though. Isn't
It was
that so
cool,
odd? Like,
yeah. My whole extended family is like Mormon.
Uh-huh.
Cool things about it. One of the cool things about it is that they are like super into ancestry.
Uh-huh.
So I know like way up there.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Did you guys like, was it like awkward or was it like, oh my God, like?
No, it was like really cool. They were so
That's good,
nice.
that's
They
good.
made us dinner.
that's
And
lovely.
after dinner we had like cake and coffee and
Oh,
like
lovely.
just chatted. Yeah.
And they're just like, is it like a rural or a big farm or big city that they live in?
It was like a small town.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And so how did you guys like connect?
So my great grandmother is still alive.
Okay.
And
Damn.
yeah.
Good for her.
And she connected
she?
us. She's 92, I
Damn.
think. Wait, she might not be. She might be like 8. She's either not. I think she's either 92 or like 84.
I feel like 92 sounds more correct, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I think so. I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't even know. And
She's
she's
old.
still alive now.
She's still alive now.
Damn.
Yeah.
The Norwegians, what are they
Yeah.
eating over there?
I know, right?
But so you guys, like, I guess have always known each other. That's crazy that she's like survived her kids.
Yeah.
That's like really
No, it's so cool. She has like some of my like second cousins have children now, so she's has like great grandchildren
Damn.
alive. Yeah.
And she speaks English.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah,
nice.
perfect English.
'Cause that'd be a pretty tough
she
language
moved here
for
when
her.
she was young. She was like 13 or something like that
Oh,
in
okay,
her
yeah.
teenage years, I think.
Oh, so she's in the United States.
Yes, she lives in the United States now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then she just like connected you guys back
Yes,
with everybody.
exactly.
So it was like a family trip back to Norway, and we're like,
it was,
let's see the
yeah,
ancestors.
me and my aunt went.
That's so fun.
It was really fun.
Ancestors trip.
Ancestors trip.
That actually is so interesting. I really want to do that, but I'm like, I'm so skeptical to do like a 23andMe situation.
Yeah.
Like everybody's already stealing my data, but I feel like I'm like I always get the is it not conspiracies? Maybe my mom is like into it, but it's like don't do 23andMe, they're gonna have your data, and I'm like I kind of already have my data. And they're like, like a spit test, and then like they have like your DNA or something. Like who is they? I don't even know.
Who is they? Also, I like wonder. Okay, I'm like scared of that, but I also am like, there's so many people in the world. Why do they want anything with my date?
I guess.
Unless they're like cloning people.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard that?
No.
Some people think that this is a conspiracy theory, but some people think that. Have you seen The Island? Okay, there's this movie. It's called The Island, and basically like these people are like clones. They like clone celebrities and stuff. They pay a ton of money to clone them, and then if anything like happens to them, they have like a perfect match for like body parts basically. So they basically harvest their organs, whatever. So anyways, but they don't understand that they're like actual human clones. Like they don't know what's really going on. Anyways, some people think like by giving your DNA, you like create like clones of you, use it for like AI. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
I mean, there's that.
I don't know if they want to. I don't know. Maybe they would want to create a little clone of me. That'd be quite cool, really.
Yeah.
Like in theory, like in practice, like actually, I don't know if I'd want my clone. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be interesting.
What would you do with a clone? Like, I think I'd be even like I would just start doing like literally whatever if I like clone. Wait, but then it wouldn't be like the same consciousness, or like is it? So like even if I died in this sense, like it doesn't really matter if there's another me because like I
you would be dead. I think. Yeah. It would
same.
be like interesting because you only see yourself from like your inside perspective.
Oh, yeah.
What would it be like to see yourself from an outside perspective?
Literally shoot
like
myself
I don't know if I would like love myself or like hate myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that side profile.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
No, I can keep a clone. Like I do not want to see that side profile at all.
I'd be like, why are you talking like that? Stop talking like that. What are you doing? What are you doing with your hands?
No, literally. Yeah. But would it do? And if it was like the clone, it would do the exact same things to you.
I don't know.
This is the thing.
That's the thing.
What does that happen in the show? Is it like the exact same person with the same like mind? Because like, even if you have the same,
they're different.
They're different.
Like different personalities because these clones like live in like this. I mean, they're cloned as like babies, so then they're like raised in this like crazy place, being taught like crazy things.
Right.
And then you have like this other person who's like a famous actress or whatever.
So it just like looks like you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Damn, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at my sister though, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you look so similar. I feel like you're my clone.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like that with my mom sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I like feel like sometimes I'm seeing a future me.
A little scary.
Yeah, it's
that's like totally.
scary.
Oh, it's very scary.
Yeah.
This weather is not good for my health.
I just kicked mine. I had one for like almost a month probably.
Really? But I mean traveling,
like 3 weeks.
A hostel, like it's like the, you know, like how dogs get like a kennel cough.
They do? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like my dog will go to the kennel and she'll come back with like a little cough, and that's like how a hostel is.
Yeah.
Kennel.
It's so hard. I know, it's so hard. You're always sharing germs with like everybody too. And I think also for me, the air conditioning.
Yes.
Because that's always, when I sleep and I'm like cold at night, that's always when I wake up with like a cough or runny nose 100%. Or something.
And then also going, I think, from like the super cold and then into the hot.
Yes.
This like temperature change, I think is really bad.
I think it's so bad.
Yes.
And we're doing that not only in hostels, but like airplanes are freezing.
Oh my gosh, freezing.
Trains are often like cold.
Absolutely.
Buses with air conditioning, so cold.
Like if you go into sit into a cafe, you know it's gonna be freezing. Obviously now, not really, but
yeah.
And I've got that shit cranked up too. In my hotel room right now, like that shit is like that is on. When I get back in there, it is going to be on. It is going to be freezing. Like that is probably, I would say, probably the most American thing about me is like that air conditioning is going to be had. Yeah. That air conditioning is going to be had.
I think I sleep better when I'm cold. But the thing is, like in hostels, like the hostel I'm in right now is great because I have like a real blanket.
Yes.
But like some hostels, they just give you like a sheet. And then it's like, okay, like now I don't want it to be cold. Yeah. Because I'm going to be cold.
Wait, you're saying it's Sylvie's, right?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Is it nice?
Yeah.
There's so many in Chiang Mai, I feel.
There's
literally
so many
that I never know which one to pick.
No, I've stayed at 3 different ones.
Have you? Which one's your fave?
The Yard.
I've literally wanted to stay at the Yard for like years, and I just never book it far enough advance. Ever.
It's like nice because the common area is outside.
yes.
It's kind of further out.
Like it's not in the square.
It's not in the square. But I kind of liked it because when I stayed at the Yard, I first stayed at Stamps. And I liked Stamps. It's like in a, you know,
Stamps
in the
scares me.
square. It's so overwhelming.
It really
Why does
scares
it
me.
scare you?
So I went in there yesterday to get tickets,
Uh-huh.
and I feel like I was just intimidated by like other backpackers. Like there's so many of them,
So many.
and I'm just like, I feel like all of you guys are friends, and
They're not, but like I understand that. That's actually why I left the first time.
it's incredibly
It
intimidating.
was too social. Too social to where like there's like a level there,
Set.
because like okay, you want to be able to like sit and like talk to somebody.
Yes.
But like when you walk into the common area and you can't even find a place to sit,
Yes.
it's like, and everyone's talking. Like to go talk to someone else, I'm gonna have to like yell at them and be like, hey, like hey, you know.
Yeah, totally. And
It was so intense. So this time I'm with, you know, my brother
Yes.
and one of our friends. We all wanted to be social and they wanted to like party. I was like, okay, let's
course.
sit across from Sam's.
that's such a good idea.
So we have been spending some time like going over to Stamps for the activities and stuff, but it's just nicer because there's like more space to like sit and talk on the phone or like
totally.
journal or,
Yeah,
and we've
totally.
made so many good friends at Sylvie's actually.
Yeah, that's good. Because I went into Stamps and I was like, I'll never stay here.
Yeah.
I can't do this. And I would
Yeah.
consider myself to be like an incredibly extroverted person. And I was like, oh my god,
It's
this
a lot.
this is crazy. I also
Yeah.
felt like ancient. I'm 22. I felt ancient, literally
Yes,
ancient.
no, I know what
And
you mean.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. And I mean, like, I really want to give people the benefit. Like, I was 19 when I started traveling.
Yeah.
Like, but I think about talking to myself when I was 19, and I'm like, you are so delusional. Like, even talking to my friends now who knew me when I was 19, they're like, honestly, like, I'm so glad you're not 19 anymore. And I'm like, girl, like, same.
Yeah.
Like,
There's something about the year 19
yeah.
where you're just kind of like, that was my craziest year of my whole life. Like, just did not care about
Yes.
anything, going crazy, making
Yes.
stupid decisions.
Totally.
And it was like wonderful. I had way too much confidence. Like,
Yes. So much confidence.
Thought I was, like,
you're,
the best
you're
thing
hot as
ever.
fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're hot, you're young.
Yeah.
Nothing can like touch you. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, especially like if you're traveling, like you feel like you've got shmoney. Like, nobody else that I knew was traveling, so I felt like hot shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I'm fucking better than you.
yeah, no one knows who you are. So you like, there are no bad decisions. You just like
Yes,
go for it.
this is also the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think in high school, like everybody knew everybody's business. I don't know if you like went to a school like that.
I was homeschooled, so
Real. Oh my
no.
god. Well, I went to this little high school in Iowa, and I mean, I would be driving and somebody would text me and they'd be like, "Oh my god, like just saw you," and it was like, I get that that's like cute and funny, but like literally, I knew no peace in high school. Everybody knew your fucking business, and that was like
Yeah.
half my reason for traveling. Was like I was like, I cannot do this anymore. You know, parents are like talking about kids, and I was like, oh my god, like I literally cannot do this anymore. And so going traveling, and like nobody knows you, and you can just like reset the next day.
It's
Like, it does
amazing.
something for
You can
you.
do whatever. I surf a little bit at home, but I'm like
Mm-hmm.
not good. One time I went to Costa Rica, and I think that's when it like really clicked for me that like, oh, I can be like whoever I want.
Yes.
So I went to a surf hostel,
Mm-hmm.
and I told everyone that I had never surfed before in my
Uh-huh.
whole life. I was like, yeah, no, I've never touched a board, you know. And out in the white water,
Uh-huh.
and like surfed in the white water on this like massive like foam top board. Ate shit. Sometimes I'd even like pretend to fall off my board and be like, woo! And like I had so much fun. It was so much fun. But
So
you really
funny.
like, you can just like
So funny.
reinvent yourself. You're the only one who
Really
knows
can.
yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also have an older sister, and so you know it's always, oh my gosh, like are you like your older sister? Like it's all these like expectations that like people have for you, and it's like weird meeting people when they like literally just see exactly like what's there, not all of these things that have happened. It's nice to, like we were talking about, it's nice to have people around that have known everything that's happened, but it's also nice when like you're meeting somebody and it's just like that's just like them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just that's just you. I feel like you figure out a lot about yourself when you don't have these preconceived notions.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Something about like getting to know yourself in a place where no one knows you.
Yeah.
There's no expectations.
Expectations.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just like a
think
total clean slate. Like you haven't done anything wrong yet.
Yeah, right.
You also haven't done anything right, but like you haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
But you also, I don't
love
know, you
it.
do, it's nice hearing things from like people's own perspective as well. You know, like when you get like nosy with people and like people's reason for traveling and they can like tell you. Because I don't know, sometimes I feel like even at home, it's hard to explain to some people like why I needed to leave. And like, because it's like, it's not like, it doesn't have anything to do with them, you know, and it's not, I want to stay for them, but also at the same point in time, I don't want them to think it's like a dig on them, but it's like, I literally cannot be here right now. Like,
Yeah.
even people who grew up where I went to high school, and I'm like, I fucking hate this shit. Like, I get that this is your home, and like, I don't want to disrespect that, but like, this is literally, I'd never want to come back here. I literally
Yeah.
never want to speak to anybody from here again. Do not call, do not text. And it's like hard to like tell people that.
No,
you know?
I know, yeah,
Like-
and a lot of people don't understand.
No, 100%
Yeah.
not. Especially.
Like I could go on and on and on and on about how Puerto Rico is the best place you could ever be in the whole
100%.
world.
Yeah.
Like I've traveled all over the world and I would still tell you like Puerto Rico's the best. Like
Mm-hmm.
it has everything you could ever want. The community is great, like it's beautiful, everything. Like I cannot, when I'm there, I'm like, I have to get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can barely even explain it to myself. So like explaining it to someone else, I don't know, because I have people say to me, like, I'll be like, yes, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. And they're like, then why aren't you there? And I'm like, yeah, no, I cannot be there right
literally.
now. But I don't know what, I like, yeah.
No, I think that's totally fair. Because I mean, you have like more, I think if somebody else goes, then it's just like, it's like that's Puerto Rico. For you, it's like all of these other things. Like,
Yeah.
the memes, the people, the
Right.
this, that, and the other. So
Right.
I think it's probably very different. Because I would say the same about Melbourne, actually. Like, I love Melbourne. But like, and I recommend it to anybody who like thinks that they'd want to be there. But like, in terms of me going back, I don't even know if I'd be able to go back. Because there's so many memes,
There's just
so many
so
things.
much, yeah.
And sometimes it's okay. Like, sometimes it's okay to just like leave that there.
Right.
Let's leave that at the door. Let's leave that right there.
Yeah.
And that low-key might be Melbs for me.
And there's so much, there's so many places in the world, like, if you're not in love with a place,
Yeah, totally. Something also that really weighed on me coming here and also going to the South was like seeing like crusty, dusty white men with like local women, and I was just like, no, I hate this. I hate this, and I hate you.
in the Philippines, it was so bad.
Yeah, I've heard it's even worse in like Cambodia as well. It's like the male loneliness epidemic
Yeah. Like they
That, like,
can't
also doesn't
pull,
exist
so
at
they
all.
have to like, what?
that like doesn't exist at all. Do
Yeah.
you believe in the male loneliness epidemic?
No, I don't even really know what that is.
The male loneliness epidemic. It's like this thing kind of on the internet at the moment, and it's just essentially like how males are lonely. And like, I guess like not that women aren't lonely, but it's like we're like really not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like you can. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much just right now how males are lonely. Did you watch Adolescence? It's
No.
like. It was a really good show, and this like kid, he's like 13 years old, and he like murders this girl. I don't even remember why he murders her, but I don't know. And it just kind of like bringing up like, I mean, who are like school shooters, like they're typically male, you know, and like incel culture, and especially everything with like the deep web and like, you know, when you think of like the far right, like that is all the male loneliness epidemic, and some people like don't really believe that it exists because it's like it is self-induced kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's not, I don't even know how to really explain it. I think it exists, but I think men are really lonely. But I think that like
A lot of women do this too, but like my like female friendships are super, super important to me, right?
100%.
I would rather have like a really great group of a couple of girls than like a partner.
Totally.
But I think that men need a partner. A lot
Oh my
of
gosh, have
them.
you seen the British Vogue?
No.
A British Vogue just came out with an article, and it's like having a boyfriend is having a boyfriend embarrassing.
Having a boyfriend embarrassing?
You should read it.
Okay.
It's very interesting because
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of on the same lines of like for guys it's like we're almost like a social currency, and it's
Okay.
not necessarily about like if, I guess it is kind of like if you're smart and if you like are successful, but for us it's like turning into this thing. It's like where they don't like what, like, I think about any man, and it's like, I don't want to spend time with you. Like, I'd rather spend time with my friends. Like, you're gonna get so much more out of it. It's gonna be more fun. My friends are much funnier. Like, we can have better conversations. Like, what am I really getting from a man? And it's very little. Like, in like a romantic sense. Like, I don't know. Like, because I feel happy. Like, no. Like, you're probably gonna make me feel like, ugh,
Yeah, it's like more stressful, and like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like really picky, but every time I start dating a guy, it's like,
this sucks.
yeah. Or like, even like, I'll hang out with a guy for like 2 days, and like for the first day I'll like think he's cool, and then the second day I'm like, actually you suck. And then I'm like, do all guys just like kind of suck? I don't know.
I definitely, I feel like I've been in like a period of like decentering men from like everything that I do.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is gonna sound like literally insane, but I feel like for so long, like I would walk past a guy and just like, I'd be like, you know, like he's cute, like, and just like, almost like envision like us dating. Do you know what I'm saying? Have you like ever done this? Oh my
yes,
God,
I do that.
It literally sounds crazy. And like walking past and like, what is he thinking about? Like, and then I'm just like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, I literally do not give two fucks.
Yeah.
And honestly, like starting to you know, when I walk past, not thinking anything of it. Like, I am not dressing in the morning so that it's like, you know, maybe this like regular at my work will think that I'm cute, that I always see. Like, it's
People I'm not even interested in.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
This is the thing, and it's like, why do I care?
Right.
Like, I would never.
Because we should not. We
No.
shouldn't care.
Like, why would I ever want to impress you? Yeah.
No, and like, you know what? If there is like this really amazing guy who you're gonna like fall in love with and be with, guess what? You could be like wearing your pajamas, and like he will still like, I don't know, because that's what like how I think about it. Like, do I really like, am I gonna miss out on meeting the love of my life because I like didn't like put on makeup? No,
Like, absolutely not.
absolutely not. Or like,
Absolutely not.
probably he wasn't the love of my life. You know?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
No, I definitely agree with that. I think, but I do think that the whole thing like gets totally built up, like this like love of your life.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like I love a lot of people, and I read what did I read? Dolly Alderton, Everything I Know About Love. It's like my favorite book. It's just like, it's not even, not that it's not like that good of a book, but it's not like, I don't know, something, you know, a little bit more profound. Like, it's
Right.
it just really resonated with me at the time.
Right.
And pretty much just like throughout the whole book, you know, she makes a lot of mistakes. And at the end, she's like, you know, everything that I know about love is like from my long-term female relationships, and putting them on like the same pedestal that I was like putting on romantic relationships, like nurturing them, and yeah, putting them, if not like higher than I was, you know, potential romantic relationships, or like, I don't even know, just like putting so much value into them, and like telling my girlfriends like how much I love and appreciate them. It like really changed so much, like literally so much. And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm way more focused on those now than I would be some sort of like romantic relationship.
And those are the relationships that are gonna last.
100%.
Like, romantic relationships hit or miss, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
little
And that's
bit.
just one person. Like, you can have so many friends, but like your romantic relationships, most likely just gonna be one.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is like part of like the male loneliness, is like women are definitely realizing that we get so much more, and just like, I don't know, like, I've been talking to a lot of girls recently about how much I hate men, and I really need to stop. I'm not even a man hater, but like kind of.
No,
kind of.
I agree. I have two little brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They both are like such good guys, and I've like seen the way that they act towards women, and that's where my like biggest like hope comes from. So like, I still have a little bit of hope. I'm like, maybe like not all men are bad, right?
I know.
But then it's like, every other guy I've met is like sucks. Like, I don't know.
Really suck.
Like I was telling you earlier, like even my guy friends, like I have so many guy friends who I like love so much, would never date them, would never set them up with one of my girlfriends, because I'm like, you're okay, maybe you're like a great friend, but like you would not be a good partner.
Isn't that
Yeah.
brutal? It's
Yeah.
brutal. It is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think, yeah, I sometimes really lose hope. really, really so. But I also know, like, then I was like, I don't give a fuck.
No, it doesn't. And like you said, like, I feel like we do put so much
So
weight
much pressure on it.
on romantic relationships. And like, why is that, like, what does that need to be the most important
Yeah,
thing?
100%.
Maybe it's not important at all. Like,
And I think that it is, like, kind of built into us always. Like,
Yeah.
oh, what if you, like, meet a guy? Oh my goodness. This is, when I go home, this sends me to the moon. My mom's coworker said to her, you know, like, I want Bella to, you know, I bet Bella's gonna meet just, like, a nice, rich guy, and they're gonna, like, travel the world together. And I was just like, I'm already traveling the world. I not that I'm like massively rich by any standards, but like also like you're probably richer than what 70% of the population.
yeah.
And like it was just like, why did you need to say that?
Right.
Why did I ever need to be coupled with a man? Like it, and I felt like she didn't even like understand why it pissed me off so bad, because it was like, I'm already doing this. I do not need or want even somebody to come try. Like, this is not, I feel like it's something that people think that we fantasize about. Like, of course it'd be fun to like travel with a significant other, but also at the same point in time, right now I'm really dreaming of traveling with my friends. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, even like thinking about that still makes me so mad. But like why?
Like,
Why would you say
why?
that? Like,
Yeah,
you didn't
no,
need to say
it's a
that.
stupid thing to say.
You didn't
yeah.
need to say that.
I think the first post I saw of yours actually is the one where you say like your wedding is gonna be the
Oh my
happiest
gosh.
day of your life, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so true, because I was like maybe one day I'll get married, but I always like envision like, I don't know, like if I get married one day, I'm so like independent now. I feel like yes, it would be fun to like have a partner, like get married, like have kids, whatever, but like maybe like in the past, like I've had past relationships that are super like clingy and lovey and whatever. Me now, I could never imagine myself being that way again. Like I feel like we would have to live our own separate lives,
100%.
but then like we'd come home and like hang out and have dinner together or
100%.
something. Like getting married, is it really like that big of a deal?
That's what I think as well. No, I
Yeah.
totally agree. Totally agree. And I think maybe once we get older though, because we are quite young.
That's true.
And I'm thinking, because even one of my friends, she's like flipped out about like her body clock or like her biological clock. And I was like, okay, you're totally fine. Like my mom had me when she's 39. Like we're gonna be totally fine.
Yeah.
But I do think things will change as we get older. But I think right now, it's definitely like, this is ridiculous. Like this
Yeah.
is literally so ridiculous.
And we are so young, and we're like, yeah, like so independent, traveling on
Yeah.
our own. Which I feel like I mean, everyone needs something different, right? Like
Totally.
sometimes I'm like, when we were in that town, Kanchanaburi, none of us were wearing shoes. We're all walking barefoot with our backpacks on. We have no idea where we're gonna sleep that night. And I just thought to myself, like, wow, this is exactly how I should be spending my early 20s.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think I have like a really difficult time not thinking that everybody should be doing this.
I know. No,
Because
me
it's true.
too.
Like it's literally true. Like not
Yeah.
everybody would like this. But there is like a part of me that's like, I was having this like talk with somebody on my group trip, because it was like, you can be so like quote unquote well traveled and like not know literally anything about anything. If you
Yeah.
do like nothing with doing like traveling, it'll be like nothing. And so I was like, should everybody even travel? Like, you know, should everybody, like, if you have the privilege, like, should you travel? I think kind of course. But also at the same time, like, some people like really wouldn't like it, and that's like fair. But then would you learn
Yeah.
something from like not liking it? I don't know.
I feel like my most difficult trips are the ones where I've gained the most growth and independence. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know, when people like are still living in that little high school town of mine with like their boyfriend, I'm like, do you not want more?
Right? And okay, maybe
really don't
it's
judge
not
people.
for everybody, but I think that everybody should try it, because I'm also a big believer in like, you might like live in your hometown,
Yeah.
marry your high school sweetheart, and be so happy, right? But maybe that's not as happy as you can be, because
Yes.
maybe what actually makes you really happy is fire spinning in the north of Thailand. But guess what? You never tried
what an
it. So like, how do you like? You're never gonna know that that's what makes you most happy in life.
Yeah,
So you need to
100%.
try new things. What bothers me is like when people have their like little comfort zone and they never leave it.
I definitely question like the lack of curiosity.
Yeah.
This is always like something that I'm just like, why? Like, what is it? What is it that you? I think it's so big for Americans as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's people just like lack curiosity for anything else, and I don't want to even make it sound bad because it's like or that, you know, being well traveled like puts you on some sort of like higher moral noble sort of ground, because it really doesn't. I feel like we also like have access to be doing these things, you know, like even
Right, we're so
education and
privileged.
like, you know, my parents traveling with me growing up, but I always wonder what is the lack of curiosity, like where is that, like why don't you care about seeing other things?
Right.
But I guess I can understand like the comfortability of things. Like this is like a very uncomfortable lifestyle. I think especially my only problem with like Asia, my problem with Asia, but like the thing that I always feel disconnected with here is because that you're really always feeling like such a foreigner. Like you always stick out, and that's totally fine. We are foreign. Like we're not locals at all, but it's very difficult. I've always found that it's like you're always sticking out, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
I wish I could just like speak Thai.
Me too. But the thing is, like, you go to Thailand, and you go to Vietnam, and you go to Indonesia, and then like
You just like learn every single
you
one.
can't like like
God, I wish I could just learn it like that.
Me too.
Such a totally different experience.
Yes. Like I think you could really connect. I don't know. Like obviously you could connect with the locals more. I feel like it would open this whole door for you.
100%.
In the Philippines, the English is super, super good. Like, everyone speaks English. It's like, I don't know, I think it's actually a bilingual country.
What is it?
I think so. My brother told me that. I might be wrong. But the English was so good. And we met so many locals, and we were like the first night we were there, we went to watch the sunset, and we were like, joined in on this like music circle with all these people and made all these friends. And I remember I was talking about it with my brothers, and I was like, I feel like the locals here are so open to like meeting foreigners, and they're like, oh yeah, they speak English. I was like, oh wait, that's so true, because everywhere else I'm going, we don't speak the same language.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
That was my thing, I think, with India as well, is that literally so many people speak English, and people also just like will come up to you because they're so curious. And I think it made it so easy because lots of people are so, like, they want to share their culture so bad, and that made it so nice because I could literally ask like any question. Like there was no bounds of like, because I could say, you know, what do you think about this? Like, are you, you know, like, what caste are you in? And people were so open to be able to talk about it. And that was like one of my favorite things, because you got to like understand their perspective. And it was just like stuff that you never learn about as well. You know, in school, like you never learn about any of these things. And I don't know, it's just so much better when you can talk to people. I hate not being able to talk to people.
I
hate it. My biggest pet peeve.
I think it is cool though sometimes, like when there is a big language barrier. I feel like I've learned a lot from those experiences also.
100%. You can,
it's good to like experience that, I think.
And connect with somebody. There was like this woman in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we couldn't understand each other, but I knew exactly what she was saying. You know, like just by like body language and just like somehow, like you just know what each other are saying, which I thought was so interesting.
Do you want to talk about finances?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We can. I love a finance moment.
Yes, because I feel like that's one of the biggest questions people have.
100%.
How to fund it.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like for me it's changed over the years. Like when I first started, I was like just saving up money and then going and traveling. And then when I was traveling, of course, I feel like I break things down into 4 categories. It's like accommodation, transportation, necessities, and then extras. So it's like accommodation, obviously you're staying in hostels or like budget hotels, transportation, buses in Europe, or, you know, trains, whatever. Necessities, yeah, like food, water, this, that, and the other. And then extras, you know, trying to do activities, like, you know, not doing tours, but, you know, trying to catch a bus to this place, and the other. But then I think also on the flip side of like all the finances is like I have nothing at home. You know, I've never had rent. I don't have any.
Right.
My only subscription is Spotify. I didn't take out student loans. You know, I got my tuition covered by Walmart, and I feel like that's also a huge portion of it. And then even on top of that, it's like if I really am like out and something like really goes haywire, like I can call my mom and be like, hey, like can you please book me a flight home? And one, she'll probably not make me pay for it. Maybe like if she's in a bad mood, she'll be like, okay, you have to pay me back. But it's probably not gonna happen. I'm so nepo in that way. And it's really nice. And I think that's actually a huge factor because I can't imagine going traveling and not having like some sort of like financial safety net. Because even if it's not my parents, like it's my best friend, it's my other best friend, it's my sister, it's my parents or my best friend's parents, you know, it's like there's so, like I genuinely am like so financially secure, which I think, you know, there's just like that added element
Right.
of like it's gonna be fine no matter what. And I think that's also something that people like kind of forget, you know? 'Cause I feel like there's also this like huge notion online. It's like you don't have to be rich to travel. And like I said, like if you have enough disposable income to even go budget backpacking, you're probably richer than 70% of the entire world,
Yeah.
I would say. And you know, most people never go on a plane. And so I personally think that you have to be absolutely filthy rich to travel. I think not like 1% obviously, but it's like we're probably top 20. You know, like that's like pretty high, or maybe 30, maybe even 40. Like that is still richer than 50% of the population on planet Earth. And you also can't travel for free. I'm huge. I hate when people say that you can travel for free. You cannot travel for free unless you are like going on like a brand tour maybe, but like Worldpackers and Workaways and work exchanges are not free. They are not free.
No, yeah.
If you are working for free, or if you have free travel, then you're working for free. And I feel like so I did finance as like my associate's degree. And my thing with traveling is that it is also very expensive because of like the opportunity cost. Because you're traveling and you're hypothetically not making all of this money that you could be making if you're at home. You're volunteering for free when you could be at home or somewhere else making all this money. Obviously,
Right.
you can't put a price when it comes to the memories and all of these things, but it's like there is an element of like, I feel like it gives me heart palpitations when I think about how much money I could have been making during this time and like even building my career in that sense, which I don't want to be doing, but it's like there is always that in like my brain where it's like I love to invest. I'm a big investor, and like thinking about like all this time that I like not wasted, of course, but it's like in terms of like the
Right.
financial world, we do live in a society where you need money to retire. You need money to exist. And I think, yeah, I find traveling very, very expensive. Not for the amount, how do I put this, that you're not spending, but maybe the amount that you're not saving and investing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that's just my personal
no,
opinion. That's like
totally.
my hot, boring, pessimistic take.
No,
Is
like
that
that makes so much
You
sense.
have to be rich as fuck, and that it's really fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But that's just my take.
I mean, even if you are traveling for free, say you're just like doing Worldpackers, you paid for a Worldpackers, you still have to pay for your flights. And then yes, what if something goes wrong?
You cannot go do Worldpackers without money.
No.
I literally cannot, like, you need a plan B. You need at least, the amount. I don't care if like Worldpackers can like hypothetically get you out of a situation. Like you need to go with amount of money to like get yourself out of that situation.
Yeah.
You cannot, like, it is not free. I understand also like there is like a sense of like when people say it, like it is very lighthearted and like they're talking to like a certain audience. Like it's not totally serious and you have to like
Right.
take the precautions yourself. But also at the same point in time, I hate when people say it's free. Because then
No.
you're working for free. Okay,
Yeah.
work for free then.
Right.
Work for free.
And I feel like also, like I think it is, I mean, I used to think that like my family never ever traveled. So I used to think that to travel you had to be like a millionaire, you know?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah, so I do think it is a lot more accessible and a lot cheaper than a lot of people do think.
100%.
But like, and like you don't expect things like, I've spent way more money in Thailand than I ever
Yeah,
imagined I
totally.
would. But it's just like, you have to be prepared for that.
Yeah,
and like you said, like we're lucky to have a backup plan. Like my mom too,
100%.
she would buy me a flight,
100%.
and not only buy me a flight, but like I could go live at her house.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have somewhere to go back to. We have somewhere to like
Yes.
go back to and like not spend money. Yeah.
And I have a job there. Like
Yeah.
if I wanted, like I have a free place to stay, free food, and work.
Yeah, 100%. That's like a huge up in terms of finances. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Finances, I think, how do you fund yours? You just like go home, work, and then you come back out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I wasn't creating content and like if I didn't have my remote job, like that's what I would be doing as well. And I think, I don't know, I don't think that you have to be rich, but I feel like you need at least, like before I go out, I want like 7K.
Yeah.
Like I keep 2,000 usually for like emergencies,
Yeah.
and I never touch it in case, unless it gets like, you know, of course, really low. What do I have? I have my travel credit card, no annual transaction fees. I also have like a no ATM fees card. It's like a Charles Schwab one.
I have the same.
Yeah, I think that's like
It's so
literally
good.
so good. I think if you're American and you don't have a credit card, I genuinely like I think that you're doing it wrong. Like if you're paying for foreign transaction fees, that is like such a huge chunk. And then you get like free flights every once in a while. Easy, like have me. As long as you can pay it off correctly. But
Yeah, you need to like not use a credit card because I know people who
100%.
don't understand, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Why do I have $3,000 of debt?" And I'm like,
yeah, because you don't know how to
"Credit
use a fucking
card."
credit
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think I really do love talking about finances. I think it's a little bit boring, and I wish I budgeted harder. Like I don't like keep track of every single expense, and I really wish that I did that. And I really need to lock in because I've been saying a yes to a lot of things in 2026, and I'm like, girl, yeah, you gotta have the money for that shit. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna say yes, like you need to back it up somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like what else do I even have to say? I think I really wish that I invested more, but it's really hard to like, I think the thing that I'm finding the hardest with, especially with like creating content, like things won't get paid until like months later. So it's like so hard to be like planning for some of these things. Like sometimes you get things like on a monthly basis, but you might not know how much it is. And it's so hard to invest or not invest, to budget. When I'm at home, whenever I get a paycheck, it'll go 50% into investing, 20% into whatever, and then you know like the rest into something else. And it's so hard to be able to do that when traveling because there's so much, there's money going here, there's money going here, there's like a flight here, and it's like, oh my god. And that's something right now that I'm really like, I need to pull the reins, look at this, sit down and look at these accounts and like fully do a whole, I don't know, I love like a spreadsheet.
Yeah. Is that what you use for your budgets? Like
Yeah, I created my own template, and so what I usually do, what I'm trying to set up is like putting every single expense into like a Google form. And so what it'll show is I'll put the expense and then it'll have a category, so it'll go into one of the four, either like accommodation, transportation, necessities, and then from those categories it'll go into something else, like accommodation, either like hotel, hostel, homestay, whatever. And then it'll go into like that second category, and then like the price, the location, so then it'll all filter out into this formula or this table that has already been formulated so that I can have like a per day budget. It is literally the most type A thing about me, is that I love when all of these things match up and then it matches up in my bank account and I'm like, oh my god, like I've done it.
I use something called YNAB.
YNAB.
Yeah, it stands for You Need a Budget. You do have to, my parents pay for it, so I just like put like a little section on their account. I don't know how much it costs, but it's like, it's nice because you can connect it to your bank account and your card, so it'll automatically like enter transactions in for you.
That's
so then you just go
nice.
through and approve them and like say what category you want it taken out of. It's really nice.
So nice.
It's
this is not an ad.
Usually like great, yeah, it's not sponsored. But most of the time it works really good. But like right now, like I had this whole budget. I've spent so much money.
How much money have you spent? Should we do
A
this?
lot.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I love to share how much money
So,
I have. And how much money I
everything
spend.
was more expensive than I thought.
How much did you take to come
I
out here?
spent like, I had like $19,000.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
I've talked to 3 people in the last 2 days, and everybody says that they came with about 20K.
Okay.
One girl, she came with 20K for a year. Another girl came for 20K, but she also went to Europe, 20K for 6 months.
Yeah.
So I think, God, I said 7. That was like super undershoot, wasn't it?
No, usually I only have, this is more money than I've ever had in my whole life. Like, usually I leave with like $3,000 and just like pray to God that like no emergencies happen. But like, I spent so much money in Europe.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it goes
Like,
crazy.
in like an insane amount of money. I told myself that when I had like $11,000 left, that's when I was gonna move to Australia.
Uh-huh.
I have $4,000.
That's okay.
Yeah, except that it's not because like,
Oh my
where
God.
did my money go? I did actually.
16K.
I bought like a train. I bought a training for my doula stuff. That was $3K,
Okay.
and I lost about $1,000 on flights because I couldn't get a
Well, you
visa to
didn't lose.
Vietnam.
I mean, yeah. Oh, fuck, that's
So
annoying.
yeah, so
That's
that's
annoying.
like $4K right there. So there's like a couple
Yeah.
more missing there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get like a cheap flight to Australia though, and like start working.
Yeah,
immediately.
I already have a flight to Australia.
Oh, okay, you're sorted.
Yeah.
You're sorted.
So I've like all my flights for the rest of my trip are booked.
Yeah. Oh, you're totally.
And I'm going to Utah for like 2 weeks.
So
and
holidays?
for Thanksgiving I'm seeing my
nice.
family.
That'll be so nice.
And I think I've like figured out a way I can make some money while I'm there. So
yeah, that's good.
yeah.
That's good. I feel like I've become less relatable at being able to talk about finances since I've been having like content creation and like money and stuff like that. But I definitely think that you spend more than you think. People always spend more than they think. And also, what people I feel like don't factor is like, they'll factor in hostel and like 3 meals a day, but then it's like, where do you put like the transportation? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Yeah.
daily, because that doesn't really go into like a daily thing. But I
Right.
definitely feel like people spend more than they bargained for. And that's okay. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I've always spent more than I think that I'm gonna spend.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a case scenario, maybe India, that I'm like, okay, yeah, we're like not spending very much at all. But yeah, because I mean, even if I understand like hostels could be starting from $5 here in Thailand, you're not gonna pick a $5 one. You're not gonna pick a $5 one. Like it's
No,
gonna
you're
have,
gonna pick the $15 one that everyone else is saying.
yeah, you might. And I mean, that's totally fine. That's
Yeah.
literally totally fine. But it's like, you definitely have to be really realistic with yourself, I think, when you're starting to travel.
Yeah.
And like, that's like totally fine as well. That's literally absolutely totally fine. If you want to do literally everything, your budget has to reflect that. You know, budget traveling. See, this is the thing, budget traveling, you can have $100 a day. And that's like, if you stick to that budget, you are budget traveling, in my opinion.
right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't actually have anything much more to say. I thought I would have more to say about finances.
Yeah.
I think pretty much just, especially for Americans, like don't spend the money that you don't have. That's like a crazy hot take to say to Americans. Don't spend the money that you don't have.
Right.
Like, why do you think that why do you think that our country loves credit cards? Is because people spend the money that they don't have, because then, oh my goodness, I could literally go into like Klarna. I hate Klarna. Literally
don't know
Klarna.
what that is.
Klarna is like a pay after situation.
Okay.
And it, like it does not have any interest if like you're making the payments, but it's like this is the same shit as a credit card. Like you do Klarna and you're like paying something off, but it's like the problem comes when you are not paying it off.
Right.
And like I have always said, if I do a group trip, there will never be Klarna. You will never be able to pay you will never be in debt because of one of my trips. You will literally never, and I think it sounds like maybe fucked, like because it does crumble a bit of accessibility there, but it's like you will never be able to do Klarna for a trip. You'll never be able to pay after for my trip. You will never, if you do not have the money from the start date, you're not coming. And this is just like, I think a frustration that I have with Americans in general is like, I was at home and I was with a lovely girl and we were talking about finance, and she's like, if you don't have the money, just put it on a credit card. And I was like, that's like not how that works. Like it is kind of how that works, but at the same point in time, like we're talking about like something that you do not need. And I feel like I definitely have a lot of financial privilege, so I also, this is like why I have this perspective. Like I've never struggled financially. My parents have, like when they were kids, but never in my lifetime. But it's definitely really frustrating to me when we're spending money on things that we don't need.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also find college, that whole situation, very frustrating. I was like never gonna pay for college, and I'm so happy that I always went the way that I did. But yeah, like you can't afford $80,000. Like I get that it's like a good school, but like we cannot be affording this. $80,000 fucking dollars a year. girl, like, who can afford this?
No,
is
nobody. I think we should go on strike and everyone should stop going to college.
I think everybody should
Until
start going to
six.
college as well. I mean, because this is also the thing, like, nobody's ever asked me. I mean, of course, I'm never going to use mine. Like, why did I get a degree? I don't know, but I don't know.
Well, I think it is like good. Like obviously, if you're gonna be a doctor, like you should go to college.
Of course, you're going to be a
You should
doctor or
be
a lawyer or some
qualified.
of these things. You need to be qualified, but it's fucking frustrating.
But it's just like it feels like a scam. And even the credit card thing.
It's a total scam.
Okay, like I've seen colleges set up credit card booths like on the first day of school. Nobody knows what credit cards are. They're advertising. All these kids just paid for school. They're all in debt.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't have money, and then these people are like, "Here, have a credit card,
Here's,
free
like, all this free
money."
money. Here's literally all this free money.
free money, and all these kids are signing up for credit cards with no idea how to use them. Now they're in debt with school loans. Now they're in debt with their credit cards,
100%.
and they don't teach us finance in school. Like they don't
Yeah,
teach us
100%.
personal finance in school, so no one knows how to manage their money.
100%. And I feel like I even want to like double back on everything that I've said. And like, it is definitely the system. It's not the people. Like, it is not the people. It is like the system that we've created. And it is literally not people's fault whatsoever, especially the times that we're living in. Like, shit is expensive.
Yeah.
Shit is expensive. I will say we do have like an overconsumption problem. And so people think that, like, I went back and I felt like I needed to buy so many things. Like, I felt like I needed to buy like this stupid fucking water bottle, this. And like, I don't know if you feel like when you go back home and even on TikTok shop, like TikTok is like, oh my goodness, it's so overwhelming going there.
Yeah.
And if you have no other reference, like, it does feel like people are buying like literally everything.
Yeah.
It is literally crazy.
Yeah.
The amount going back that it's like buy. And it's,
Yeah. And like I fall into it because like
100%
I've been
it's so
traveling
easy
for
to.
months. I didn't have a closet right now. I can't like buy new clothes. I don't have anywhere to put them.
100%.
When I go home and I have a closet and I have like a dresser, I'm like, oh yeah, like I want to buy clothes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's so easy to be
so
able
easy.
to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was, I didn't even realize so much until I just went back home, how much it's like really like buy, like in our faces all the time.
Yeah.
Like in our faces all the time. Like you never escape like an advertisement or hardly any of these things. Like you need this. And like 9 times out of 10, you unfortunately don't. But it's just hard to say though, because it
Yeah.
feels like everybody else is buying everything.
Yeah,
Fucking Shein hauls
I
and
know.
shit.
It just feels like, it's almost like for me, it almost feels like permission. It's like, well, everyone else is
100%.
doing it, it's like it's fine. I buy it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Isn't that so interesting? It's like what does your mom say? Like if somebody else is gonna like jump off a cliff, like so would you? And it's like, yeah,
Like, yeah.
kind of. Like that's kind of how like society works, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's one thing that I like love about traveling is that it's like I am very influenced by other people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I very easily fall into trends. But when you're traveling, you're meeting people from the US, you're meeting
100%.
people from Latin America, you're meeting people from Europe, you're meeting people from everywhere. Yeah.
Africa.
And everyone dresses different.
Yeah.
Everyone speaks different. Everyone acts different. Everyone has different hobbies. Everyone's lifestyle is different.
Totally.
There's no trends to fall into. And there's no way that you should be acting and I feel like for me, that's a big reason why I feel like I've gotten to know myself so well during travel.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the influence of like a specific group of people telling me
Yeah.
how I should act.
Yes, totally.
I can like literally just be myself and I feel like every time I leave it's a bit uncomfortable because I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I do with myself?
Yeah, totally.
But then you just like start to like, I don't know, get so comfortable with
Totally.
just your hobbies, being who you are, being honest about yourself,
Yeah.
wearing what you want to wear. Yeah.
That is so interesting. It's like you don't know like who you are when you're not like with other people, like either telling who you are or is like a reflection of them, because you do like really bounce off of people. You
Yeah.
know, like, and especially we were talking about like everybody having like a preconceived notion of you, like that does do something for you. And so it's like it is kind of like, who am I, like how do I act? You almost like don't know, how do I act when I'm not around these people who are like influencing me to do these things, whether it's like for a good way or a bad way. Like, do you act different around other people? And I always do think the answer is yes. I don't think that's a bad thing. Of course you're gonna act, with someone who's a little bit more introverted. You're not gonna be like all of and it's,
Right.
I don't think it's like taking different parts. It's just like yeah, like different people bring out different parts of you, which I think is totally true. It's really interesting. Yeah, like who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I when I'm not? I don't know. Yeah, that's so interesting.
What do you feel like the top things you've learned, or the biggest mindset changes or growth experiences you've had while traveling? Like, what has it taught you about yourself and maybe about others?
So many things. Traveling to experience, not to enjoy. That's like a really big one. I used to like hate my life while traveling. Like I'd get like lonely and I'd be like, I'm not enjoying myself anymore. Like that's where this ends. Like when I'm done, when I'm enjoying, like when I'm not enjoying, I'm done. And when I started to think like this, like everything that I'm doing is not to enjoy but to experience, it makes everything so much better. Like if I have a shitty experience, that's like fine because it's like it's on the same. Shitty is the same as like a really good experience. Like it's on the same plane and almost being like very neutral about everything that's happening because it is happening like for me, not to me. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
And so it's just so much easier to take all of these, obviously like within reason, of course, you know, like if it's like a really like awful experience, you know, I'm saying like, you know, missed a train, all of these things, then it makes everything so much better and maybe more neutral and like I'm at peace with things.
Yeah.
Very at peace with things. My next thing, the energy I give is the energy I'll receive. And I feel like I always talk about India, but I really felt this in India because it's such like they base so many things off of like karma, and you can just feel like when you give really good energy to people, like that energy does come back.
Okay, so where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at bellandherbackpack_. Sometimes on TikTok. Every once in a while I'll pop up on there. Or my group trip company, which is at In Her Backpack Tours, also on Instagram.
Awesome, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bella.
Thank you
Had
for
so
having
much
me
fun
on.
talking
It was
to
so
you.
good to talk to you as well. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love ya.